Well, hello, Libra. Thank you so much for being here with me. I've got your July 2020 energy reading. I've already shuffled the cards, but I'll just shuffle them again now to get one to start with for us to jump out, and then we can see what's going on around you. This is a general reading. It won't be for everyone. I'm Barbara James, by the way. But hopefully there's... For me, the tarot is all about trying on different hats. It's exploring our subconscious, maybe, and you can, through contrast, work out if something seems like, oh yeah, I'd like that to be true about what I'm doing in my life, then you can go with it. And if it doesn't, then you get the benefit of maybe looking at something in a different perspective or from a different angle than you would have done maybe without looking at the tarot card. So it's very explorative. So if you put your camping gear in the bag and off we go. So you got the Chariot card. This is gorgeous. The Chariot is about energy moving forward in a very positive manner. You know which direction you're headed in, and you're focusing very clearly, and you're going towards it. We've all got negative and positive energy within us, but you're able to harness a nice balance within yourself, and you've got the energy and the drive to, you're in the driving seat. This is what it's saying, and you're taking your carriage where you want to take it. Yeah, okay, there's a canopy on the top there with stars, which is talking about also being connected to divine energy. So I like that. What else is around you? The King of Wands. So yeah, lots of passion and energy, and a king. I mean, a king, Libra, that's very impressive. You're one of the air signs, being a Libra, but this is a lot of this fire energy here. So being in the driving seat, being in control. You're a leader in some way. Your planet is ruled by Venus, so I feel like you'd be in charge in a nice in a way that's comfortable for other people to be around. You're probably quite motivational. Whoever this is for, you can feel that there's this direction that's... you feel inspired. People feel inspired by you with the King of Wands. So this is you, ready to jump up and start a new project, and you're really running with it. The Chariot card is saying you're well on the way. So it could be about a work situation. It does look very project minded. The two cards together here. It looks like there's a serious project at hand, and you're going for it, Libra. You're very sociable by nature. You've got an Emperor and a King of Wands and the Chariots. This is very strong energy. You've been through a lot with the Emperor card. You've experienced probably several battles in your life where you've had to defend your position and fight for what you believe in. But you're now sitting very confidently and very comfortably. There's two cards with, well, they're all kind of sitting very comfortably in important seats, aren't they? All three of these cards. So it feels like you are, with these two here, you're in a position that you want to be in, Libra. Librans often really need to enjoy being, well, not need to, but you do often enjoy being in partnerships with other people, and you kind of you're at your best. You shine when you're in a partnership of some kind. So yeah, you're obviously thriving to have this structure and this solid direction in your life. So the recent energy has been the Three of Pentacles. So this is saying that you've been working hard at something. So you could be working hard in this job, I feel. So maybe, working with other people, you're cooperating, expanding, and many different people within your business, whatever it is, have got individual roles, but everyone is applying themselves thoroughly and carefully to get the best out of the situation, and that's kind of, it shows people are following you quite happily. You're working with other people, and you're all on the same wavelength and getting something out of the situation equally. Yeah, there's a sense of equality with that. Right. So what's on your mind? What's the possible outcome? The Temperance card. So you're needing to be patient, and you probably in the past have been very patient. There's an inner balance and an external balance with the Temperance card. So you may have had to... You're waiting for some more progress, maybe it's with this card. You're in charge and you're looking for maybe you're looking for more direction. There's so much momentum already in this card. You've got a lot of success, but maybe you're waiting for more, or maybe you're even waiting to have a rest with the Temperance card there. There's a flow of emotions, there's healing, and it feels like quite a gentle and blissful energy with the Temperance card for me, having time to go and paddle in the water. So yeah, maybe you're taking some time that's well needed for your replenishment of your energy, yeah, because you're putting so much out there already. Yeah. So what's the energy of you moving forward in the coming few weeks? More drive and ambition. You're quite a feisty Libra, it seems to me. Yeah, there's an energy with the Knight of Wands of feeling impatient, you're raring to go. So maybe after some time of waiting or time of healing, maybe some kind of rest that you've had in your, maybe you've been off work, having some a respite in some way, because you've got so much responsibility. I mean, you've got success, but there's a lot of responsibility on your shoulders. So I'm feeling like you've maybe had a break, and you're keen not to be having a break anymore. You want to get back on the horse and get back into action with that Knight of Wands energy. So this is where people are, it's lovely. The fire energy is just, it's kind of like magic. I feel like it flares up from where from, it's from some well within you, this reservoir of power and just inspiration that comes from you, and it doesn't come from anyone else. You've just got this within you. So I think sometimes people would like to buy it and bottle it and keep it for themselves, but this is showing you've got this within you already, Libra. Very nice. So how are you looking in yourself? This is you, the Queen of Swords. So you're feeling guarded in some way, but still in charge and nurturing energy, looking out for other people. So you've got I guess as an authority or a boss, which you look like you are in control of your life very much, Libra. You're also you're not you're, I guess, with the responsibility on your shoulders, you maybe can't afford to be too emotional about stuff. I mean, yes, you want to see action and movement, but in your mind you can be quite reserved and a cool, clear-thinking person with Queen of Swords. So she's quick-witted, and she can be quite sharp-tongued as well, but wants the truth over everything, looking for absolute clarity and through storms even she'll remain very fixed on her goal and want to know exactly where she's going. She's not going to be swayed or distracted, and it feels like that's you, Libra. You're very you're on it. Okay. I wouldn't want to mess with you. Okay, Libra, so your environment. Oh, the Devil card, right? Okay, so what would that be? I'm wondering if you're a workaholic, Libra. The Devil card can talk about having unhealthy attachments to something physical in your world, whether that's another person or if it's to do with material goods, like money or property, just things that you indulge in, or maybe too much a little bit. I just feel like with this reading, it's different for everyone, but my feeling is that you want to see progress. You're really obsessed almost with this goal that you've got in your mind. You're really focused, and you want it to be successful at all costs. This is like, I'm bound to this thing. It's at the root of me. At all costs I want to see success in this project or ambition, or it's a goal that you're headed for, and you'll know what it is. But yeah, you're really you're really going at it. So with the Devil card, it can talk about false truths. So maybe you need to make sure you ease up the throttle a little bit. Maybe make sure you've got time for other people around you, and maybe just open your emotions a little bit, because it looks like you can be a little bit maybe a bit too rigid in your drive and ambition. It could be that a little bit here, I'm feeling. So maybe just soften your energy a bit, and talk to people that you love around you. And if it's not people at home, maybe talk to people in the workplace, and show a softer side of yourself. Okay, hopes and fears. You're worrying. Okay, you've got the Nine of Swords. This is like being awake at night worrying about something. So maybe this project, you want it to be so successful that even at night you're feeling like, I don't want to rest at night either. I'm just going to keep working at it, because for fear of not having the success, because it's your ultimate goal. Maybe your goal as well is to be having some kind of rest, but you don't want to rest until you've seen the goal of achieved that you're looking out for. But be easy on yourself here, Libra. Everyone is entitled to have a rest, and I think you might need, because you're so driven, you might need to take some time out for you, whether that's being out in the countryside, getting some exercise to release some of the anxiety, release stress for you, and open up and talk to people. You know, if you're very driven, maybe you don't show the softer side, like I was saying with the Queen of Swords. You might need to show a more gentle side of yourself. And, you know, whatever makes you feel good. I mean, you know, generally Libras are known to like company. So maybe if you can think of one of your friends that make you feel easier, what's a more downstream, you know, easy flowing atmosphere for you to be around, someone that you can speak to that you trust, or listening to music, you know, a foot spa, a health thing. I mean, even if you do it at home with your feet in a bowl of Epsom salts or something, just something to make you feel soothed. And yeah, remember you're human, Libra, even with ambitions and drive that you know, you're relentlessly following. Okay, this isn't a reading for everyone. Before, lots of people will probably think, well, she's not talking about me. And obviously it's a general read. If it was for just you, I would check in with your details and your birth chart and everything, and I'd follow a question, so you'd be able to, you know, give me more of a direction. But this is just something I'm picking up for someone here. So the overriding energy is the Six of Pentacles. So, I mean, I do wonder if it's about... yeah, it's about your time, isn't it? It's how much time you give to something. So you're looking for balance, and there's that sense with the Temperance card as well of finding balance. So I think where you might be quite relentlessly rigid about obsessing and wanting to see success. I mean, it's very admirable to see such ambition, but it has to be balanced, doesn't it, with your needs as a whole person, you know, your emotional and spiritual being, as well as, you know, on the physical plane. So yeah, acknowledge your own needs as well, the more gentler, softer side of yourself, Libra. Yeah, it's unusual for Libra, actually, this reading. What's at the bottom of the deck? The Five of Swords. So yeah, I mean, this can be harsh words, you know. I don't know if that's tied in within in your environment, the devil energy, but there's someone who's, you know, can be a bit unpleasant to be around, let's say, and you're ruled by Venus, so I don't feel like it's you, Libra. I mean, obviously sometimes Libras can, you know, bicker or, you know, pick at details. Sometimes, apparently, this is what they say, you might be quarrelsome perhaps sometimes, but yeah, it doesn't feel like this is your energy. This feels like someone else, and maybe that's what you're focusing on. Maybe you want to, maybe you're obsessing about finding a balance. Maybe you needed, maybe it's to do with codependency even. Maybe you needed to carve a path for yourself, and that's why you're looking to make a success in whatever this project is. But you'll know what it is, Libra. Okay, let's do take a card from the Radley Valentine. It's a major arcana we've got here for you. But yeah, I mean, there's so much movement, action going on here, fire energy, stability, but rigid focus on growing something and going towards this goal, which has got you fired up and feeling impatient. You want to see things, especially now. You're wanting to see, you've put the groundwork in, and now you want to see the results. And then you've got that Queen of Swords, which is saying that you are quite cool-headed. You're not really emotional about the situation. You're feeling quite, yeah, hard-headedly focused and obsessive about it. And then you've got that worrying, overly worrying. So I just feel like you need to take some care of yourself here. And you've got the Moon card, so yeah, that's interesting. And then ultimately looking for more balance in your life, so that you're not giving too much of yourself to, you know, a work project that's maybe blown out of proportion a little bit here. So you've got the Moon card. Let's have a look at the Moon card then. So the Moon card is attached to the Archangel Hanael, and it talks about important psychic insights, events behind the scenes, and releasing fears that hold you back. So very much like that Nine of Swords. So it does feel like I love the image in there. That's gorgeous. Yeah, I mean, there's a loyal dog there. There's water flowing, a bit like the Temperance card. So yeah, I mean, sometimes things can be intimidating, and maybe if you're stepping outside of your comfort zone, it's just too daunting, and maybe that's overwhelming you, even though you've got the drive and the passion and the will to make this successful. You're possibly you might be looking at things slightly sort of blowing out proportion about how intimidating it is, and you might be thinking, how can I do it? But yeah, it's having faith in yourself and knowing your worth, really, Libra. You can, I mean, in this image, you've got, wow, there's like two there's a moon, and then it looks like a sun maybe there beside it. I'm not quite sure, but it's like two large, planets that are in the distance behind you there. So it's heading towards the sun. I mean, there might be another an obstacle in the way before you get there, but you're heading in the right direction. I mean, there's a wolf there for psychic protection, and then she's got this domestic dog there on the other side. So maybe it's about harnessing your inner, what's the word? Like a timid side that we all have. There's like the controlled. I'm thinking of the strength card. You've got that controlled inner restraint that you show to the outer world, and then you might have another side of you that's feeling like maybe your ancestors had with the wolf there. It's like this wild side of you. Maybe you're trying to, like especially with that Chariot card, find a balance. So I feel like you've maybe compromised far too much of your wilder instincts, and that has then made you feel kind of like you're maybe catching up with what you've compromised on now. Maybe there's been this awakening that's made you realise that you've compromised far too much of yourself, and now you're allowing and acknowledging this deeper hunger within you, and then that is making you feel quite obsessive because you're trying to catch up on the time that you've neglected your inner fire. So it's time for you to wake up and but at the same time make sure you're not overdoing it, because you need to make sure you've got time to rest as well. So finding that balance, isn't it? You got from the energy oracle cards the Garden and the Gate, and it's a beautiful card. I mean, it's beautiful. She's this young woman. She looks like a girl to me, but she's in a garden which is blissful, and she's got beautiful scenery, and there's butterflies around, but she's got a lock on her neck, around her neck, and there's a gate that's padlocked, or it's locked anyway. You feel like she's going to need to use that key to get out of the gate, and looks like she's a bit too timid, doesn't she? So a bit like that moon card image for me. There's a domestic dog, which is her being obediently staying within her garden, and then on the other side of those two streams there was the wolf. So I feel like she's maybe looking further beyond and realizing that she could actually explore the greater world and explore outside of her comfort zone. So it does talk about letting go of material things sometimes, even if you have complete security around you and abundance. Maybe it is worth that sort of venturing outside the garden gates, to see what new exploration and adventures lie in wait for you. And then there's a sense of transformation with the butterfly there. So I mean, it does seem to be repeating that theme for you about waking up and to your own inner voice, and just suddenly realizing you want to go in a certain direction, but it's sort of obsessive, and maybe you're feeling torn between your more domestic side and then your wilder side, but it's finding the balance with that Six of Pentacles, and going through those two streams there. She's exploring all of those feelings. So it's a journey that you're going within and on the outside as well. And the crystal card you got here is the leopard skin jasper, and it says, enjoy each moment in time, a gift so precious and mine. Lovely. It says it's a stone of transformation that will put you at ease with yourself, making it a perfect friend to those who never feel good enough. It will teach you how to fall in love with yourself by improving self-worth, self-love and self-respect. It will eradicate unproductive, destructive thought patterns that self-sabotage and let you love and embrace your shadow aspect. So I mean, if you didn't feel good enough before, maybe when you were staying very timid, like we see in that image there, so maybe that was why you didn't feel like you could expand and, step outside of your comfort zone. You felt like you had to walk a line. I do look at that as being that energy of maybe if your parents were, as you're growing up, at least one of your parents, maybe they were exploring their inner child, and then you ended up being the more of the grown up, so you weren't actually able to be a free child. You had to be much more mature than maybe was fair. So then as an adult, sometimes I think people call people like that people pleasers, and I just think it's quite tough, really, isn't it, for people that are like that. It sounds sugary, but it's actually very sad, because then you're not able to really it's like having the it almost feels too luxurious or extravagant to express your emotions because you feel like someone else's needs come first, and then you end up with someone who looks like that with the key round her neck and she's just timidly looking out. So I don't know if this is the case for you, Libra, but it's just something that's it's made me think of it. Right, okay, let's finish off with the wishing bowl before I run out of time. So let's look for you. What would be a great way for you to feel like your needs are met and you can explore this wilder side for you, Libra? I feel like, yeah, maybe the sacral chakra. It's about flowing emotions, okay? And it's in the lower abdomen, so the colour is orange. This is helping you to realise and connect and feel open to the universe and the universal energies. But by the way, I'm a Reiki healer, so I want you to feel completely safe and held, okay? In safe hands and held by the universe as well. And it's helping us to feel there's a sense of abundance, there's well-being, pleasure and sensuality, and it helps us to have a creative or open up our creative energy and ability to adapt to our changing surroundings, and it gives us a sense of flowing, so flowing and flexibility of emotions. So it's a sense of letting go, yeah. Okay, Libra, so take a lovely deep breath in up through your nose, exhale, and one more time, inhale and release. Okay, Libra, so open up your shoulders, straighten up your spine, and this is for you, Libra. Orange, think of that in your lower tummy, okay, connecting to source energy. Wow, that was such a long kind of calling out to the universe energy there. It was beautiful. It just feels to me like this person I'm connecting with, this Libran person here, you really need to love your child, that the child that's within you, the child that you were when you were a lot younger. There's still that child within you now, so give it permission, to be to be free spiritually. You allow your inner creative spirit to kind of come out, and yeah, the world wants to hear you. It's don't feel like you've got to comply and be too regimented where you're sacrificing your feelings and your emotions for other people. Remember, your voice counts as much as anyone else's, okay? Yeah. Oh, I'm sending you so much love, Libra. This is it's beautiful. You've got the passion and the drive, and you are going to, find the balance you're looking for and have peace of mind. There's that. I just feel like that's worry that's maybe from words that have been said a long time ago, or where you didn't feel completely safe. But now you can gradually acknowledge your own inner child and find vents for it to come out, okay? Whether that's through singing or, exploring new territories, finding new places to go and meeting new people that will help you to open up a different side of you that maybe you hadn't allowed to sing. Yeah. Okay, Libra, that's gorgeous. I'm sending you so much love and light. I really hope that helped to raise your vibrations. Please do click on like and subscribe if you enjoyed the reading. And I'll see you again very soon. Bye for now.